We have just driven from Lac-de-Salbert on the coast of the Pyrenees Oriental up into the mountains into Font-Romeu, where we have parked the cars at some friends of ours. And now we're on the yellow train, which we're gonna take to its end station in Latour-de-Carol. The yellow train is a very nice attraction of its own and is highly recommended. But this time we have bigger plans. Amongst other things, we are gonna film pretty clouds. We have arrived in Latour-de-Carol, where our big walk for the summer is gonna start tomorrow. And now we have checked into this lovely hotel called the Auberge Catalan. And we have an excellent view. This is just perfect. And the weather is perfect as well. It's about 25 degrees, so it's not too hot, but it's beautiful. And now we are gonna go out and explore this little town a little bit. It's not a big town, so it probably shouldn't take too long, but we're gonna see if we can find somewhere to eat tonight. If you go out into the hallway here, we'll find choo-hoo! It's not bad here either.
Oh, it's beautiful!
Vincent, are you ready to go out eating?
Yeah.
Then we go.
Latour-de-Carol, Spartans.
After having walked up and down a few of the town's pretty streets, we soon found our way down to the river. The river Carol. Smile. Along the river we found the magic forest, which was quite charming and I suppose the creation of the local school children.
Jo, men det kan ju se ut som en slange. Vi hade sån en lång plastik i sån tynn slut. Så skulle en ha den i munnen och gå undan varandra och skulle den andra hålla den upp. Så vi skulle se om man kunde pusta. Och då kunde vi... Ja, då kunde vi bara svimma så länge vi ville undan varandra. Ja, till och med dyka långt ner så det var... Nej, sån slut så vi tog ner i vattnet för att se om jag kunde pusta undan. Slut. Ja, så hageslangen ligger det. Hageslangen? Nej. Det var bara så mycket.
Shortly after, our own charming children decided to check out the rather chilly water in the river.
Du lir rede i den. Tulpin. Gulpin. Delfin. Og så den som er død. Karamell. I den farten vi hadde søkt.
Now I've been walking around this little town and it's quite a nice town, but not much happening. We've figured out that there's possibly 3 options for dinner, but we have no idea if they are going to open this evening or when they're going to open. So at the moment, I'm back at the hotel and I just realized you can catch the last 20 kilometers of today's stage of the Tour de France. So that's what I'm gonna do now. There are some very nice old medieval buildings in this town, some of which are situated right next to the main square, where you also find the town hall and also the restaurant where we are gonna have our dinner tonight. But the restaurant isn't open yet, so the kids have invented a game they can play on the square with a tennis ball for about an hour or so while waiting for dinner. The restaurant we are eating at was called the Le Petit Bar and had very nice food, by the way, and can be highly recommended. Back at the hotel room, the view is just as pretty at night. See you in the morning.
Good morning! Ready for a long day's walk! Yeah!
But one can't go walking on an empty stomach. But after 4 cups of coffee and as much food as we managed to eat, we were ready. Good morning. We are packed and ready to go outside this excellent hotel we just stayed at, Auberge Catalane. So now we're gonna walk down to a little town across the Spanish border called Gils de Sardegna, I think. It's about 2 kilometers down there, and I'll catch up with you later. So, happy walking. Hello.
Hola, bienvenidos a España.
Super.
Pasaporte, por favor.
We have arrived in Spain. Är vi med allesammans? We are on our way and everybody's still in a good mood.
Sí.
Bloody good trip.
Right in front of us is Gils, the first town we were going to pass. How's Bernard as well? Is everything okay?
Yes.
Går allt bra?
Ja.
Är det gøy?
Ja.
Yippee!
Yippee.
Hvordan går det?
Det går fint. Gøy.
Er dere klar for å gå opp
Ja.
der?
Skal vi hele veien oppi?
Bare dypp hodet under. Ah, fantastic. We haven't gone too far, but the views are already quite decent. And we are gonna continue on the path. Up and up and up. The plan for today is we are gonna gain around 1,000 meters of elevation. What have you found?
Ja, kjempesvært.
Kjempesvær lava.
Oi.
Styrer på å spise.
It's beautiful.
Den står midt i skjellen.
Hva han spiser?
Is it steep?
Yes.
Is it too steep?
No.
Oh, good. Let's continue because you probably can't see it on the camera too well, but it is quite steep right here. But slowly, and we'll get there. Spectacular views already. Looks like we're gonna take a little breather here on this tiny little meadow. Are they procession caterpillars? You see those nests, they're all over the trees here. I wonder if it is the procession caterpillars, or maybe it's another caterpillar building these nests as well. I'm not sure, but I think I just leave them alone. You don't want to mess with these.
Ronaldo, er det EM?
Ja.
Ja, men Ronaldo...
I wonder what caterpillars are making these, because I'm not sure if it is the precision caterpillars, because the nests I've seen for precision caterpillars have been much larger than these. So it might actually be something else.
Suarez hoppet, eller han var ikke litt anig, og så var dette Suarez. Og så bare falt han ned på bakken inn i keeperboks. Så fikk de straffe. Og så ble det 4-2. Og så skårte de igjen.
We have found water. It's a nice stream of water here. I'm gonna fill up my water bottle. Excellent. Oi. We have definitely entered cow territory, and I think I can see a horse as well, but can you see this? There are hundreds of cows, or maybe not hundreds, but how beautiful is this? Look at the cows and the calves in the mountains. Absolutely gorgeous. Ah, lovely. And I think up there under those trees, now the horse is hiding. This is so lovely. And if you look the other way, the horses are excellent. Horses just walking around in the wild like this. Hello!
Hallo, hallo, hola.
This is a nice part of the walk, just through forests and meadows. It's quite sort of easy uphill. Walking, it's uphill all the way, but it's not particularly steep, and we have about 5 kilometers to go. Kind of steep right here, but once again I can see what seems like the top of the hill right there, the same as we've seen many times before today, and every time we get to the top there's another top not too far ahead. So we are gonna keep climbing and climbing, and when we reach 2,200 or something meters, we will get to Refugi de Malniu. My Spanish pronunciation is probably not the best, but we'll get there anyway. Oh. And now we just reached this little top that I just mentioned, and there are more meadows and more slight uphill and more forest. But is it good? Is it nice to be walking?
Yes, very much.
Very nice.
Yes, yes.
Not too steep.
Yes.
Not too difficult.
Just a little.
Ah, a little bit difficult. I agree. And my backpack is feeling very heavy. Yours is a bit lighter, so
yes, yes.
Lucky you. Thought I might show you this landscape one more time, because I think it's lovely. It's meadows over there. There are heaps of cows. You got the mountains in the background, and you got blue skies. I think this is just perfect day for walking, and it's not that hot either, and it's a slight breeze, so it's probably not more than 23, 24 degrees, so it's not at all bad. gamet.
Så slå på.
There's another cabin, I think it's called Refugi Faixa or Faixa, F-F-A-I-X-A. I think it's spelled. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but we are walking past, because our cabin or our refuge is not that far away, maybe 2 kilometers. So we are continuing straight ahead. So we've been following this gravel road with cars for maybe 1 kilometer now. It's the last part up to towards the cabin where we're going to stay at, and now we're luckily left that road, and I think the refuge is just ahead of us now. It can't be too far. Maybe a few 100 meters, maybe 1 kilometer, not much more. We are obviously close because we have just found this sign, Refugi de Malniu, and it's on the GR11. So we are gonna go this way. I have seen the cabin through the trees, and there was a sign saying back there that is only 400 meters left to the cabin. So, and that was a little while ago. So I think 200 meters now. I can hear the bells from the cows or wherever it is. That's probably also in the area around the cabin, and quite frankly I'm kind of knackered at the moment. My feet are very tired, and I'm really looking forward to put down the backpack and get something more to drink. I still have a little bit of water left, but it wouldn't hurt with a cup of coffee and maybe a Coke. I think that would be just what's needed right now. Now I'm gonna turn the camera around, and then we can see if we can find the cabin. Vincent, are you ready? You looking forward to the cabin? Yes. Let's go. 200 meter. Kanskje bare 100. Kom, Vincent. Kom. Kom, Vince. You can manage 200 meters. I think we can make it. This is quite idyllic. The place is looking just fairy tale like, with the pink flowers, the running water. You can hear the cowbells in the background. How beautiful is this? Oh, it's stunning. Oh yeah, getting close.
I think this is it. I think we've made it. That must be the cabin we are staying at. Malniu. How bloody lovely is that? Oh. This is excellent. This is not looking too bad, is it? Vincent just made it head wet. It's probably a good idea because it's kind of warmish. And I'm going to switch off now and go and see if I can find something to drink. We have made it.
We made it.
Finally, a well-deserved Coca-Cola. There's Bernard as well. Cheers.
Cheerio.
We have found a place we were going to sleep tonight, and it's sort of in small cabins. But in the cabin, so if I turn it like this, and the kids have already found their place. Are you happy with your accommodation for tonight?
Yeah!
You as well, Vincent? Your little gaming room?
Yes.
So now, I think we're just gonna relax
Take a little nap.
until dinner. After some very nice food, it's time to try and get some sleep. See you in the morning. We are starting the day by the lake, right next to the refuge. Someone is doing an excellent sheep impersonation. It may have been Bernard.
Good morning. It's day 2 and we've been walking for maybe half an hour and we are on our way to the next cabin where we're gonna stay tonight, which is over the border to Andorra. So we have a long walk ahead of us today as well, and it was a bit tougher to get started this morning after yesterday. A bit sore after the long walk yesterday, but it's getting better now and everybody seems to be in a reasonably good mood.
It's okay. Yeah, maybe last. like 2 hours.
Where do you come from? Thank you. Bye bye.
You better watch our steps here. Follow the path, because it's quite a way down. Probably can't see it on the camera, but it is really beautiful up here. It's the pink flowers, the large boulders, the stream, the high mountains in the background, the meadows with the cows graze from time to time. You see, the path is going across this meadow, but I wonder where it's going. Are we? Oh, at the moment I'm not sure. Are we going to cross that mountain there? Are we going to climb up there? Because it looks like it might be a tiring walk up there. But I'm sure if that's where we're going, I'm sure the views are going to be magnificent. But we'll see where the path takes us. The first stop is it's a cabin that's about a third of the way to where we are going, and where I hope we can maybe get a coffee before we keep going. While I'm standing here waiting for the others to get ready, I don't know much about this place, but I think we are up in around 2,300 meters at the moment, which is fairly high up for my standards. And the highest point we're going to reach today, or on the whole trip, it's nearly 2,700. It's at 2,691 meters on the map, so I suppose that's correct. And little message to Ray: if you watch this, do you recognize this hat? This is the same hat that we used to play, that I used to wear when we played golf in Australia more than 20 years ago. And the hat is just as good today as it was. After this climb that was kind of hard, and I'm still trying to catch my breath, we have arrived at this very nice meadow, and there's a cabin up there. But the views where we just came from is kind of spectacular. And maybe you can hear it. Can you hear the whistling in the background? That's the marmots. Die Murmeltiere, as they say in Austria, where I've seen these marmots many times before. But they are very cute. Only that cabin there is where I thought there might be possible to sit down and have a coffee, but this is not that kind of a cabin. It's more like an unmanned refuge. So we're gonna leave the coffee for later and keep going. But it's a stunning landscape up here. There's a river flowing through the meadows and the marmots. We haven't seen them yet, but we can hear them. And if we are lucky, we'll see a couple as well. Was the packed lunch good?
Yes.
What was it?
Tomato and ham. Yeah.
Tomato and ham sandwich. Let's open the lunch. This is a massive sandwich. This sandwich is bigger than Vincent. What did you get, Vincent? I got some sausage and tomatoes. What did you get?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Tomatoes and cheese.
Tomatoes and cheese. So now we're gonna sit and then try and enjoy this.
Whenever there's an opportunity, I try to fill up the water bottles. And I do filter the water. For the large majority of the time, I'm sure the water is safe to drink as it is. But I think filtering the water is a nice, easy safety precaution. Because if you should be unlucky and the water is contaminated in some way, this is not the place that you want to be sick.
That unmanned cabin we just saw when we came, the one in the picture now, that's where we are going, and we are going up to that one and past it and up through the valley up there and behind that peak there, and that's behind there is the highest point on our walk. So we have a couple of hours with a fairly steep climb now ahead of us. But I still can't find the marmots, though you can only hear them. You could hear them earlier. There was obviously plenty of them, but I can't see them, and at the moment I can't hear them anymore either, so maybe they are hiding. But anyway. we should definitely get some good views from up where we are going. We're going up to nearly 2,700 meters, and that's the highest up I've ever been. So that will be a new personal record for me. But this should hopefully be good.
But first, let's enjoy some of the local flora and fauna.
It's right here, just before the climb, and the path goes this way. So we're gonna go over there somewhere. But right here is a beautiful little lake. We're gonna take a couple of minutes to catch our breath and prepare for the climb. And apparently there's a lot of frogs here, so I'm gonna go see if I can film a frog, because that's what I like to do.
Ja, vi ska så bada på ön. Vi ska luta på solkänningsjärnan.
These flowers, I've noticed them along the way. They're beautiful in the grass. The kids are getting their feet wet. They've been told not to go too deep, because just their feet, because they don't have any sunscreen on their feet. So try and get as little contamination as possible in this lake where all the frogs and tadpoles, and I'm not sure if there's any fish in here, but there's definitely life in here. They don't necessarily want sunscreen. This is the opposite way of where we are going, but the views on this side is pretty stunning as well. There's a frog in the grass as well. Lovely. Oh, yes. There's another lake. And there's lakes in the mountains. It's one of the nicest Fijis. Oh, but I love just coming to a lake. And there's always life around the lake, and it's so beautiful and peaceful. But if you look right up there, there's still some kind of small patches of snow left. It's not much, but someone back at the camp where we stayed, they told us there would be patches of snow when we're going to cross the mountain here. They told us to go past them because trying to go across the snow could be quite dangerous. So we are definitely going to go to the right of the snow patches. That's what we were told, and it's probably a good idea to listen to people who just walked this route. I'm gonna just film and look at the lake for a little bit longer. We are going up there, and crikey, it looks steep and slightly scary, but apparently it's not as bad as it looks. And there's a couple other people coming down the same way, so they seem to have managed. So I guess we'll manage as well. I think I'm nearly halfway up now, and so far it's not as bad as it looked, but it is. The path is sort of winding back and forth here, so it's not, you're not walking straight up. There are loose rocks and gravel, so you gotta step carefully, but it's not too bad. But the views are not too bad either. I reached the snow. I'm gonna go past it and up there to the right of it. Oh, fucking hell, that was a bit more than I would have liked. We made it, and this was a bit more than I would have liked. It was harder and scarier than I normally would do. So this is not wasn't my favorite part of the trip, but we made it to the top. And when I said halfway that it was easier than it looked, I guess that was correct at that point, but it got more difficult. And it's probably easy for many people, but if you're not too comfortable with this kind of terrain and the height, then yeah, well, there are better things to do. But we have reached the top. This is probably just about as high as we're gonna get on this trip. And look, all the way down by the lakes, that's where we were not too long ago. It is a magnificent landscape though. It is beautiful up here though. Part of the reason that it was kind of difficult at the top to get that we had to go beside this piece of snow that's left here. Because I think when that snow is gone a bit later in summer, the path will be much clearer and much easier. So, but anyway, we're up, we reached the top, and this is what we have on top here. Just the vast open mountainous landscape with horses grazing. It is pretty amazing though. I can hardly believe I'm actually up here, that I managed to walk up that hill, but I did, and I'm still in one piece, and so is everyone else, and they are resting up on this rock there. So now I'm gonna go up there and we're gonna see how they are doing and what they think about the climb. Hvordan var turen, Vincent? Var det litt skummelt opp der? Eller var det bare jeg som syntes det var litt bratt? Gikk det bra? Gikk det bra, Kim?
Det gikk veldig bra.
Du datt ikke?
Nå peiler vi ut kursen. Bare 5 timer igjen.
Ja, men nå er det mer flatt og nedover, ikke det?
Nedover og flatt og litt kupert, og så er vi fremme.
Ja. Dette var den verste stigningen, var ikke det det?
Dagens høydepunkt.
Ja.
Det er godt det verste.
Og hvor høyt er vi nå?
Nå er vi på 2691 meter.
Vi er der nå?
Ja.
Yippie! And now we are going back down on this. We found the path and we are gonna follow it down the valley. Now we are just stopped at the river at the bottom of this valley. After we climbed up this very steep hill, we now walked down that mountain on the other side and down into the valley. And for a moment there, we thought we were lost. At least we weren't entirely sure where to go to find the cabin. But then we met a nice another walker. So we are now on the right track, and it should be only 2 more hours to go before we get to Andorra and the cabin. And we should also be in time for dinner, which will be very welcome, since we have only eaten sandwiches and biscuits and energy bars today, so some decent food would come in handy right now. So we have a couple of hours ahead of us, but this will be fine, we'll get there. Vincent, are you happy that we are soon there? 2 hours?
No.
No? You want to walk further? You want to be there right now? Yes, me too. But at least we will get there. We will get dinner. You know, it's getting late in the day, and not too late. It's only about 4:30, but we are getting tired. But it is still beautiful to walk here, though. There's an ant's nest. I can never get tired of this landscape. It is stunning. The river slowly flowing through the valley. Beautiful meadows. It's like taken out of a fairy tale or a Disney movie or something. It's just extraordinary. But I guess this is what you get when you let nature be the designer and nothing has been destroyed. This is the natural beauty of things. It is really absolutely fantastic. And Bernard is still going strong. If you're looking this way now, which is behind us, that's where we were a few hours ago. We have walked across that mountain. That is quite impressive. At least I think so. Bernard,
Yeah.
what do you think so far? Has it been a good day or has it been a bit too difficult?
It's been okay.
I think it's been very nice, but it's been a bit on the difficult side. I'm tired. You don't seem to be tired at all. You want to go for another walk?
No.
Can you believe it? We have walked over that mountain behind us. Have you ever walked over a mountain, walked across a mountain like that before?
No.
No. It is quite something.
Derud, der er der så. Lidt videre.
Hello.
Still alive.
A short break.
The show must go on.
I'm sure Andorra is just around the corner, which you've been saying for the last 4 hours.
Is adorable.
Now, we just walked up yet another hill, and I'm absolutely knackered. But right in front of us there, where Martina is waving, and Vincent there's a fence, and that should be the border between Spain and Andorra. So I think we, in a minute or so, I think I'll have managed to walk to Andorra. And then I might be too hopeful, but I'm hoping when I get over that hill there that we can see the refuge. The Refugi de Lea. Let's hope. I'm just gonna keep the camera going, and then we'll see what we find on the other side. Oh fuck. I can't see it, but this is Andorra. This is the border to Andorra. But where is the refuge?
The refuge is just about 5 kilometers this way.
Ah, sort of. There's the lake. And is the cabin, is the refuge by the lake?
Yes. On the left side.
Ah, it should be on the left side of the lake according to Bernard. I really hope he's right, because then there is hope. Let's see what it says on the sign here, if you really are there. Oh, nice. Doesn't say anything. Look at what a beautiful sight. And I'm not talking about the architecture of the refuge. Crikey, it is beautiful to finally be there. This is fantastic. Oh, we have got our room at the refuge, and we have got dinner and dessert and all we need, so we have enough food and we are feeling slightly better. But I must say, today's trip, if we all agree on something, that the trip today is something, one of the hardest walks we've ever done. This was much harder than we expected. And I checked different apps beforehand, and it said it should take maybe 5, 6, 7 hours. And we asked at the Malniu where we were last night how long it would take to walk over here to Lea, No, they said it's a fairly long walk, 5-6 hours. They said, sort of. It took us 10 hours to walk this distance, and I don't know how many mountains we crossed. It feels like we crossed a hell of a lot of mountains, at least 2.5. And some of them, they weren't small hills either. This was serious, a bit more serious than we are used to. But it's quite incredible to think that we actually made it, and to think about what we've actually done today is. This is it is kind of hard to believe at the moment, because this was a difficult walk, but we did it, and everybody's in a good mood. And tomorrow we're gonna walk into Andorra-la-Vella, the capital of Andorra, where we're gonna where we have a hotel room, and we're looking forward to. I think everybody's looking forward to a shower and a quiet night. We might go out for dinner. I might even have a beer that evening. I think it's deserved. I think that's enough for tonight. I'm gonna leave you with this rather nice sunset over the mountains behind us. So, good night. See you in the morning.
Det lukter ingenting. Vold. Blodstropfen gips, enziangips. Nej, lad os
This is it's a rare and typical alpine flower. What is it called? Blodstropfen? In German it's called Blodstropfen. That's all we know. A drop of blood. Vincent and I now decided to get outside as well. As you can hear, Bernard is in the background.
Nej. Hvorfor du har 1 million mæg på hovedet dit?
Good night.
Good night.
This is our room. It's time to get some sleep.
We have started day 3. We had a reasonably good night at the Refugi. Not the best place to sleep, but we got some food and we got some hours sleep, so it's not bad. And today we are going to walk all the way into the capital of Andorra, Andorra-la-Vella. And the mood is reasonably good. There are people coming behind me. Everybody's still going strong. So, I'm looking forward to a nice day. At the moment it's beautiful weather, no problem at all. There was some rain forecast for today, just a little bit, but there's no signs of it yet. So maybe it's not gonna be any rain. Early in the night tonight there was some thunderstorms and lightning, and so that didn't sound too promising for today, but that passed and everything is fine now. The temperature is also not bad, but it's not too warm, but it's good enough for walking. So we got 14 kilometers ahead of us. So There's some kind of mountain race run on today. People are running past us all the time, but we are deciding not to try to keep up. The going is much easier today than it was yesterday. It is very much downhill all the way, but it's not steep, at least not yet. So it's easy going, which is, well, quite welcome after yesterday, which was tough. But you might stop here and look at this. Just take in the landscape, look. And there's another little cabin down there as well. But it is spectacular, the mountains here and the mountains and the rivers. It's beautiful. So far today, the landscape hasn't been as varied as the other days. We have basically been walking along the river all day now, and we are getting close to halfway, I think, or at least a third of the way. But it's relatively easy going still. It's a bit rocky in places, but it is just a slight downhill all the way, and I think that's what I was expecting for today as well. It should be, because we're gonna drop 1,000 meters today from where that refuge was yesterday, and down into Andorra-la-Vella. So we're going to keep going along this quite beautiful river landscape. It has started to rain a bit. So we're just hiding under this tree for a little while, but it's still sunny and rainy. So there's a chance of a rainbow somewhere. Har det gått, Vincent? Nej. The rain is actually picking up, so we are putting on the rain gear. Hopefully this is not going to last for too long, but we're going to keep going and hopefully can outrun the rain. not very likely, but the forecast didn't say it was going to rain a lot, only a bit, so I guess we'll be back in more sunny weather in not too long. I think it's gone less than 5 minutes since I said it was raining and the rain was picking up, and it already seems to be easing off, and the rays of sun are still once again back, and I do hear some happy sounds down there. Maybe we're going to reach a meadow or something soon, because I can hear the cowbells. That's always nice. The cows I thought were going to be in the meadow further down. They're actually in the forest right down there, 20 meters down there. Yep. They're probably hiding from the rain as well. Lovely. There's another one of those unmanned huts, cabins. We just looked inside, there was 8 beds inside, and here's another little house that seems much older. Let's go and have a look in here. No, it's closed. Can you open it, Vincent? Går du in och ser, Vincent? Is there a bed in here? I guess if it's really necessary and it is an emergency, I'm sure you could hide in here. But not today. We're having a break. We are about halfway, I think, or maybe more than half. There's one of these huts along the way, and it's a nice place to have lunch. And we have opened the packed lunch that we got from the Refugi. And well, I think it wasn't the best, but we are eating it. But anyway, it says on the hut that we are down to 1,800 meters now, so we have descended 600 meters already today, and there's only 400 meters of descent to go. So today are making good progress, and we will be in Andorra-la-Vella in good time. And here I found another built cave. Let's turn the camera around and see what may be in here. Is there anything at all? Rubbish? No. Stones? There's a little refuge. Maybe you could see a refuge in here. Maybe you could sleep in there if you wanted to. It wasn't the most inviting place. And this is what it looks like from the outside. But as you can see, we are not the only ones taking a break at this place. It's crowded with people. For the whole 3 days we've been walking now, I've never seen this many people in one place. Maybe it's because of this race. Maybe that's why there's so many people about, but because it's been very, very quiet on the trails so far. For a long time now we've been walking on this round cobbled, this road with cobblestones, cobble roads, and it's slightly wet as well, and it's not very nice to walk on. It feels like you're going to slip and fall over at any time. So I hope we're getting out of this cobble road, because downhill on wet cobbles is a recipe to fall over, slip and fall over. But I managed to keep it going so far. So I'm hoping to be there. She said, the person who pronounced the name correctly, she also said it should be 1 hour to go into the capital. The cobble road continues for as long as I can see. I'm probably gonna continue all the way to where I think we're gonna meet a road, a normal traffic road, which we are gonna have to follow in to town. I think we are 20 meters away from finishing this walk. The rest of the walk is going to be along the road, or maybe we're going down that hill there. Because we're going into town. But the trail has finished. After 3 days after 3 days walking through the mountains, we have entered the capital of Andorra. And the hotel is about a little bit less than 2 kilometers away. I'm gonna have to sum up this trip a bit later, but so far I think we can say that this has been quite an experience. It's been very, very nice, even though it's been hard at times. Today hasn't been too difficult, but I still feel my legs are tired and my shoulders hurt, and I'm really looking forward to put down the backpack. And probably what I'm looking forward to even more is having a shower, because we should have had a shower yesterday, but we got there too late, and after I don't know when the shower had closed there, but he said when we got there that we were too late for having a shower. So this is something that's going to be very, very, very nice now. I'll talk to you later. I'm going to go into town now.
We went straight to the hotel and had a shower and went back out again to inquire at the tourist information about what train we should catch the next day, only to find that there are no trains going from Andorra. They don't even have a train station. The train station I had looked up in the timetables months ago turned out to actually be in France, a 50 minutes drive away. This put a dent in my mood that evening. There were, however, some buses we could take that would get us nearly back to where we had parked our cars. But with these extra complications, I wasn't in the mood to do any more filming that evening, and it was also pouring down. The mood was considerably better the next morning, and we got up early and went into town to explore this city that none of us had ever been to before. And of course, we were also going to figure out where the bus was leaving from and when it was leaving, and of course where it was going to. It turned out we were gonna have to take the bus to the Spanish town called Latour-de-Carol. Once again, you will have to excuse my Spanish pronunciation. The capital of Andorra is a nice place, but also somewhat strange. And it becomes fairly obvious that it is a town thriving on banking and duty-free shopping, cheap alcohol. And neither banking nor cheap alcohol is among my favorite things in the world. So I didn't find this too attractive. The town is also kind of uncoordinated, but you'll find Salvador Dali sculptures dotted all over town, which is quite nice. But you couldn't fault the breakfast. That was excellent.
So dicht nicht so viel Auswahl geben, wie ich segne und von herausmachen.
In Latour-de-Carol, we had a couple of hours wait for the next bus, and we had plenty of time to explore this Spanish town that was new to all of us. And it turned out to be a lovely place with a wonderful cathedral.
Sælge større poser. Kim kan vise hvordan det smaker.
Back at the bus station, we got on a bus that was going to take us to Livia, a small town only 10-15 minutes drive from Font-Romeu. When we got to Livia, the bus driver was kind enough to call a taxi for us, which was gonna be there within half an hour. So we had a bit of time to walk some of the streets of this little town in the mountains. We were back in plenty of time for the taxi to arrive, but we waited and waited and waited, and the taxi never showed up. Luckily enough, our friends in Font-Romeu, where we had parked our cars, had time to come and pick us up since the taxi didn't want to. And they also invited us in for something to drink and a bit to eat. So that was absolutely lovely. We are back and it's pizza time.
And still alive and going strong.
Everything went well. Bye bye.
Bye bye.